Hey guys, it's Elliot from ENTT Studios here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm back with another tip of the week on how to create vocal and beat chops with your song. So again, I'm using C Junior's Winter Tale. I'm going to show you first of all a vocal chop that I've done, and then I'll move on to a beat chop. So this is about 2 minutes into the song. If you're interested, listen to the full mix. So let me play you a sample of where I've done the vocal chop.
Me a said I'm a challenge. Try shout you for good health, you give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of us.
Yeah, so as you can hear, it's probably on the guess, so it's like, guess that's live. So, let me show you how I've done that. I'm going to mute out what I've done before. Let me zoom into the particular area. I'll do a cappella so you can hear the vocals.
Health, you give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of us grow it.
So, what I've done, actually you can probably see from what I've previously done, I've actually chopped out the word guess as such. So I'm going to move that to a new channel, Command D, and I'm going to copy this down. This is purely just so you can hear what's going on and what I've chopped basically. So here it is. Yeah. So it's literally like the G from guess. So I'm going to redelete that, redelete that. So as you can see, I've chopped the particular word guess. So I've gone here, I've used my scissor tool, I've pressed command, I've chopped right at the beginning of the bar and right, so basically as you can clearly see, almost like a 16th into the bar. Then what I've gone and done, gone back to my pointer tool, I've clicked Alt, held down with my left finger, and I've used the grid system to determine how quick I want my vocal chop. So, for example, let me show you what happens if I done half a bar back.
You give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of us.
So you can hear it's like, guess that's live. And then I'll show you what a really, really fast one could be.
Give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of.
Again, extremely fast. So what I wanted was just like a little bit of movement with the song. So let me delete what I didn't want. So here it is in context with the whole song.
I remember you said I'm a challenge. Try shout you for good health, you give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of us grow.
So what I've done is I've tried to determine, okay, what's the flow of the song like and what kind of effect do I want? So that's why I've chosen to basically take that little bit of the guess and then move it back a couple of spaces, or I've used the grid to determine how far back or how many vocal chops I want and where to place them. Now, as you can clearly hear as well, these are quite high in the mix. So what I want is I want a gradual transition between what the previous take, as you can clearly see here.
Try shout you for good health, you give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess.
So where lacking ends, I want a gradual transition. So what I've done is I've hit A to open up my automation. I've started the automation at a very low volume, and then progressively it will get louder. As you can also see, what I've done, I've gone to the panning and I've actually panned each vocal chop left and right. Reason why is because this can create quite a nice effect, and also it creates space in your mix as well. So let me play this back for you guys.
You for good health, you give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of us growing.
That sounds dope here. So you'll probably hear that really well if you listen to the full mix, and if you listen on headphones as well, you can hear that guess left and right. So here it is in context.
On B-late, I remember you said I'm a challenge. Try shout you for good health, you give me air like breath I'm lacking. Guess that's life, some of us growing, some are chick.
So that's one area you can use for your vocal chops. Now let me move on to beat chops. So this is about, as you can see at the top, about 1 minute 45 into the mix. Here it is.
Man, won't see me coming like I'm wearing a gilet. If it's your B-day, hope everyone turn up.
So let me show you what the instrumental is like without that vocal chop. I'm also just going to take off that speed up effect that I've used, just so you can hear as well. I'm going to take that little bit, I need to zoom in. I need to take off that little bit of a fade that I've also done here. This is going to annoy me. Move fades. Okay, and here's the instrumental without
that transition in the beat. My back no relay, smack man won't see me coming like I'm wearing a gilet. If it's your B-day, hope everyone. So as you can see, the kicks have been placed to be on 1, 2, 3, 4 before the next rotation starts. One thing I will say about beat chops is try and create something. It's the same idea with production. Try and create something different in your mix every 8 bars. So as you can clearly see over here what I've done. So this is a little bit earlier in the song. Like Ashley Young in 08, I went right back then, paid my dues for what I'd done, the way I acted. She hate me more like whack. What I've actually done is I've taken the instrumental, I've moved it to a brand new channel. I've then put on my channel EQ, put on my high cut, and I've actually automated the high cut to bring down the instrumental. So this could be a completely different video, to be honest with you, but what this will allow you to do is create kind of tense or kind of atmospheric moments in your song, especially when you've got like bass or you've got different things going on. Anyway, let me move on. Let me move back to the original beat chop that I've got over here. So this is roughly 8 bars after what I've done with the channel EQ and taking out the high frequencies. Now you could do something very simple as take out the whole bar, maybe even. So let me play that in context. Sad, but I hope you smile today. And that might be cliche, if it in trouble, I'll bring my back, no relay. Smack man won't see me coming like I'm wearing a gilet. If it's your B-day, hope everyone turn up, no one be late. Probably need to start it on the bar here, but you could obviously see you can do certain beat chops like that. I'd also recommend fading in and out where you create these chops, because otherwise you'll hear popping. So for example, I've held my command tool, create a little bit of fade at the end of the last sample and the beginning of the new sample. So that's a slowdown effect. Let me change that over. Fade in. And here it is. My back no relay, smack man won't see me coming like I'm wearing a gilet. If it's your B-day, hope everyone turn up. But as you can clearly hear, that's a little bit kind of needs something more exciting. So I'll show you what I've done. I kind of used the flow again to kind of think, how can I create something quite interesting? So I need to remind myself of what I actually done as well. So I think I chopped out the second kick in the bar. I also chopped out the fourth kick, but then I left a little section to allow me to use the slowdown, or the speed up effect, I should say. So I get my fade tool. I obviously do the little bit of fade in at the beginning and end of each chop. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fade the whole thing, right click, speed up. You'll hear what that does. Man won't see me coming like I'm wearing a gilet. If it's your B-day, hope everyone turn. Okay, that wasn't exactly what I've done, but you can kind of hear how you can be creative with your beat chops as well. So I'll show you some other places that I've done beat chops in this song. So 2 minutes and 18. I'll give you some context here. So this is after the vocal chop I was just talking about. I'm lacking. Guess that's life. Some of us growing, some are changing. Some of us move up, some of us waiting. Some of us clearing, some of us fading. Gave up burgers, mackies and fries. I had friends that gladly would ride. Don't endorse that behaviour, no way lost. They never had daddy inside. Used to holler at Skens for Benz. He'd always pattern me nice. Don't condone what he... So what we've done is we used a WhatsApp notification kind of sound. And then to really highlight that, we actually chopped out quite a big chunk, as you can see, between bar 80 and the third beat of the bar to really highlight the vocal and also that sound effect. So if it wasn't there, I'll show you what it's like. Don't holler at Skens for Benz, he'd always pattern me nice, don't condone. And then with it, and I better use good practice, do a fade here. Way lost, they never had daddy inside. Used to holler at Skens for Benz, he'd always pattern me nice, don't condone. Here it is again. Used to holler at Skens for Benz, he'd always pattern me nice, don't condone what he does on... Another rule, or another thing I always take forward when I'm doing beat chops as well, is I try create, so as soon as I bring the beat out, I try and bring the beat back in on either a clap or a kick or something that's going to punch through in the mix. So as you can clearly hear there, I brought the mix back in on a kick.
And over here, I believe I've done something for a clap.
These wreckers get too jealous and try to break your home. My older gave me game, said stay out the bundle. There's a reason why it's the trap. You choose your favoured lane.
Yeah, so the trap, for example, that really was effective because it was on the first beat of the bar, and sorry, my apologies, not on the first beat. It was on the second beat of the bar, and the clap just came in straight away.
Me game, said stay out the bundle. There's a reason why it's the trap. You choose your favoured lane, you might get cancelled.
So like I say, probably the things to take forward are do something different every 8 bars with either like a vocal chop, a vocal effect, or a beat chop or something to create something quite interesting, and then use the grid for your vocal chops and use the grid for even your beat chops as well. Look at how far into the bar you want to take out your beat and then also bring it back in. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll be back with some more tip of the weeks. Thanks again.